everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Monday, November 15th. We don't have any meetings to tell you about today, so we'll just jump to who's on our show. Today we are joined by Gail Kasonreiser and Michael Demeratz, who are the co-authors of Dying 101. And we're going to go over all of the details regarding that, and it really surrounds terminal illness and what to do with that. And then we also have the Bocce Ball and Social Club, and we learn all about their great events and organization. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. Boy, we came off some very warm skies this weekend, and we're still looking at gorgeous skies today. However, it won't be as warm. We are looking at 77, 57. Then we take a big drop tomorrow with some cloudy skies, 68, 55, then partly sunny, 66, 54, 64, 52, and then 66, 52, so looking real nice. All right, our sunrise this morning was at 6:23, and our sunset will be at 4:48. And thank you so much, Sarah Yang, for sending in this beautiful photo of the village and all of the drought-tolerant plants that are around the village. So thank you for sending that in. If you have a photo you would like to share with us, please email it to Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com. All right, when we come back, we will be talking with Gail Kasonreiser and Michael Demeratz, so stay tuned.
The Black Friday Thanksgiving savings event is on. Come in and gobble up the deals before they are gone. Come in today and get 0% APR financing for up to 48 months and no payments for 90 days on select new Hyundais, like a 2022 Elantra. That's right. Buy today with 0% APR and make no payments till next year. Or get up to $1,000 dealer choice cash on select new 2022 Hyundais. Now that's real savings. At Laguna Hyundai, you always drive home with peace of mind too.
Introducing Raya's Paradise San Clemente. Boasting a total of 50 luxurious apartments, Raya's Paradise is complete with a multitude of amenities, including a rooftop lounge, restaurant, fitness studio, outdoor courtyards, and beauty salon. Embrace the San Clemente lifestyle with stunning ocean views and the look and feel of a high-end resort. Our doors will be opening soon. Visit us online or call for more information. Raya's Paradise, a tradition of quality care.
Get out and live your life with the Buzz Around XL travel scooter from Golden. The Buzz Around is fun to drive with a tight indoor turning radius so you can go just about anywhere. It's also so easy to charge and offers all-day range so you can go further. The Buzz Around even has more leg and foot room for all-day driving comfort. Be safe with the XL's ultra-bright LED headlight. Plus, the Buzz Around XL can be easily taken apart into several lightweight pieces. See for yourself just how easy and affordable mobility freedom can be.
For more than 30 years, Active Care has been providing the highest level of care to residents with Alzheimer's or other memory loss. We specialize in memory care. That's our sole focus. With 3 levels of care and an engaging activity program, Active Care enhances life for every resident every day. Our newest community, Active Care Laguna Hills, will open this fall. We're now accepting reservations. Call 949-877-8233 to learn more.
The next thing we want to talk about is highly controversial, but I think is extremely important for patients.
Actually, I think it's important for families too.
Welcome back. All right, well, we've got Michael Demeratz and Gail Kasonreiser here with a very important subject, Dying 101. But of course, there's more to it than just Dying 101. So thank you both for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah,
nice to see you again.
Nice being with you.
We're getting good information and feedback from our viewers who have already seen you.
Yes.
Which is wonderful. So obviously there is a need and you're helping those people. So before we get a little bit more into detail, let's just have a reintroduction of you two, and I'll just start with you, Michael, since you're on the end.
Okay. My name is Michael Demeratz, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I do have my PhD, but because it's a PhD, it's not an MD, I don't usually tell people to call me doctor because it confuses them, especially in a medical setting.
Right.
I've been working in end-of-life care for more than 30 years, and have a great passion for the work. So,
That's
and
awesome.
I'm very happy to be here to take another opportunity to share with the viewers.
Well, exactly. And how about you?
Hi, I'm Gail Kasonreiser. I was a business executive in Orange County for 30 years. I became quite ill with hepatitis C. I was given a very short period of time to live, and I asked to go into a group of other dying patients. I didn't want to be with normal people. I have a background in medicine, and I have a background in therapy. And I went into this group. I ended up staying for 12 years. It was AIDS Services Foundation. There were multiple deaths. We did a therapy group, a support group, and a women's group in the 12 years I was with them. And out of that, Michael joined me for 6 years with the support group. My husband, who got a second degree and a second career, was doing significant other family and friends, and the three of us decided that we were going to do the book, that we were tired of taking care of and helping one patient at a time.
Right.
So originally the book was published in 1995, and we updated it in 2017 and republished, thanks to Amazon, in 2018.
Okay. Now, one thing that I'll say in reading through the book is that communication and having a conversation is really important. But as I'm sure you have found out, that just starting that conversation really is difficult. So where do you start?
Well, you really have to decide who is going to be that person that is going to act in your behalf if you can't speak. If you can't speak, you have to have someone who knows your values, knows your goals of care, and can forcefully advocate for your positions, because they're going to need to speak up.
Right, okay.
One of the examples we use is the current pandemic. You arrive in the ER, and unfortunately the physician tells you they have to put you on a ventilator. So it becomes critical to have an advocate. And that advocate should know you, the depth of you, not the surface.
Right.
So we're going to be going into more of how to choose that individual as we get on with our interview. Conversation is critical. Conversation with yourself first, because that's what happens. You get the news and you immediately go into your own head, and you then have to figure out a way to get it out of your head and express yourself appropriately and properly with a group that will be your support system throughout the process.
And you know, I've read a lot about how you assist maybe a father or a mother who are going through something, but it's really hard for them to get it out. Like you said, I mean, it's just like they don't want to either think about the dying process or think about what's happening. So just actually getting it out. However, because most of our residents are of the age, 55 and over or 65 and over, they're already possibly talking with other people amongst themselves in their communities. So what do they need to do, or what do they need to do to start the conversation about a particular type of crisis? Like if they are dying, should they go to someone, like you said, is it the immediate family, or do they start talking to their friends?
I think that, if you're in this chapter of your life, you've already had some of the thoughts in your head about who's going to act in my behalf, because we're all discussing these things. And if you live in this community, you're probably thinking of it more so than anybody else in your family.
Right.
And so bringing it up first to family is going to be a challenge, because they don't want to hear it. They really don't want to hear that you're dying, or that you're in your last chapter. And someone that's 95 years old who's still alert and with it really is facing the last chapter of their life. They're not going to live to be 120. So at this point, they've really got to start to think about, well, if I can't speak, who will speak for me? Is it a family member? Is it a close friend?
quite often it is not a family member. The resistance on part of the family for you to even discuss it is going to become quite apparent when you begin the conversation with them. When you have to go home and say to your mate, your partner, your brother or your sister, well, we don't want to hear that. You're not going to die. They're going to find a way. So there's a constant pushback and if the larger the family, the more pushback you're going to get. And they're going to collude against you. You're going to, we don't want to hear that. That's the first thing. So then you go to the outside world. Who's your best friend? Who's maybe your rabbi, your priest, your clergy member in any sense?
Right.
You talk to your best friend. There'll be resistance and pushback from the friend, but not as much as there will be from the family. So the next alternative is the walk-in. And Michael and I are walk-ins. We're people with knowledge and information who have the patience and the interest to sit quietly and listen to you. And that becomes extremely important as well.
And we can help you kind of decide who that person would be, and running different scenarios and saying, is this person going to act with your goals in mind,
right,
as opposed to their own? Because they may impose their own feelings about this and say, oh, this is what they said before, but we disagree.
Don't really mean it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a really good point. And I was going to go back to where you have friends, because at some point you probably have a best friend that you've been discussing everything with. So maybe that would be a person that could relay the information to the family. Can you do something like that?
Absolutely. One of the things that's the most important thing is really to get them in an official capacity with you so that they actually have the authority to speak. It's vital. And there's documentation and things that you can do legally to make that possible.
Right.
And the earlier that you do that, so that you can actually, you don't want the family finding this out after you can't speak. Oh, by the way, Harriet is going to speak for me, but I can't even tell you why I chose Harriet, and why didn't I pick a family member? So.
Right. Well, also, what is the, now I know there's legal documentation, but I do find that with my aunt and also my father, they just wrote stuff down. Okay, here's what I want my funeral to be like, here's what I want to have happen, blah, 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 that kind of thing. But that really isn't a legal document, is it?
No, it's called a durable power of attorney for health care. Separate from your durable power of attorney for finance.
Okay.
So you're only dealing with the patient and their needs and their wishes. And from a patient point of view, you have to understand that you are going to get pushback from that individual. And you also need to protect that individual because you're going to get resistance from your family members. But if you don't choose them wisely and communicate wisely and find out their needs, you will leave them damaged. Because the final act is a DNR.
Oh, right.
Do I resuscitate? Do I get put on a feeding tube? Do I stop treatment? And you're going to get, again, it's pushback. So the longer the conversation can go on, the more involved they are with your medical, going to doctor's appointments with you, the cleaner the process is going to be. And they are going to get angry with you. They are going to cry. They're going to go through all of the emotional cathartic that you as the patient are going through because they love you. And they don't want to make that decision with you.
There's something else that's really important, and she mentioned about going to doctor's appointments. The physician, your physician really needs to know how you feel about these issues while you're of sound mind. Because asking you these things whenever you're in a desperate situation, a crisis in the acute care setting, is not the time for the physician just to find out this is what your wishes are. They need to be part of the conversation ongoing.
Exactly. Well, exactly, and that does depend on the relationship that you have with your physician. Now, of course, we have run out of time. However, we will be discussing this in our Your Health segment that will be coming up in the next month or so. So I appreciate you being here with us.
Thank you
so very much. We appreciate it.
Yes.
You're welcome. And as I mentioned, we are going to be having a lengthier discussion about this topic, as well as their book, Dying 101, in an upcoming segment of Your Health that will air in January. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back. They don't go.
we're going to spend some time today just talking about different aspects of the pandemic.
One of our goals is to go into the medical community for people that are in crisis.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Fred Ellerman, who is here on behalf of the Bocce Ball and Social Club. Well, Fred, thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure, Lisa.
Well, you know, bocce ball, I actually learned bocce ball a million years ago, and it was from my grandfather, who was from Italy, and we used to play in his backyard. And so I am very familiar with bocce ball, but of course, just in a yard area, not like what you guys have, because you have a very fancy, area to play in. But before we get started on that, tell me a little bit about the Bocce Club.
Well, the Bocce Club has been formed in 1971. So this year we're 50 years old, 50 years young, old, however you want to put it. And I'm thinking we're probably one of the oldest clubs in the village. So we're very proud of that, for sure.
That is great. And so starting that long ago, I mean, bocce ball's been around for a long time. Was it hard to get people to sign up or to know what it was, or did they already have a following?
No, they already had a following, and we have currently, I think we have about 150 some members, more and more adding on every week. So we're really in good shape, membership-wise.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. Why do you think they like it?
They like the social part of it as well.
Right.
Yesterday we had a big bingo party over at Clubhouse 2.
Okay.
We had 132 people came.
Wow.
You
don't just do bocce, you do other stuff.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, you don't just do bocce ball, you do other stuff.
Bocce and social club.
Ah.
So maybe about a third of them play the game, and the other 2/3 come to the social events.
Okay. Now, where are the bocce ball? Do you call them a court or a lawn, or what do you say?
No, we call it the courts, and it's located over right next to the swimming pool at Clubhouse 1.
Okay.
So easy to find.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Now, tell me a little bit about the game itself.
Okay. Well, the game, I always like to tell the people that are new, if you have to hit a triple to get on first base, this is your game. So it doesn't take a whole lot of physical strength or to play this. And we start off choosing the teams. So there's a red team and a blue team. And then we have these little balls, and we randomly give them to the 4 people that are playing. There's 4 people at a time. And then the red team, they decide which end their players are going to be at, the far end or the near end. So both teams figure that out. And then the red team rolls first. So they roll this little white ball we call the jack. And they have to get it past the middle line. And then after that, they roll the red ball and try to get that as close to that white ball as possible. And then they alternate back and forth. So then the blue team goes, and they play 4 balls back and forth. And then on the busy day, which is Thursday, we play 6 ends. And then on Tuesday and Sunday, we play 8 ends. Okay. So it's a easy game to learn, but it's just like I said, golf is easy. All you have to do is get the ball in the hole. And with bocce, all you have to do is get the ball close to the white ball.
Now, because you're playing on a court, it's like a artificial grass, right?
Correct. When they first started, from what I understood in 1971 and for some years, they had like sand and they had such a problem maintaining that, raking it, and there was little grooves and all that sort of thing. It was almost after each game they had to re-rake it. So they finally decided to pave that, and then they and got it nice and flat. Then they put the indoor-outdoor carpet on top of it.
Right.
So that's what we play on. And then we have the side rails. So some bocce courts don't have side rails, but we use that as kind of a way to roll the ball,
Yeah.
and then usually what you do is you watch where the ball was rolled the first time, and then try to duplicate that. And chances are you'll get it about the same place as the first original ball was played.
Okay, so you can use those rails like banking it off of them, right?
Yes, that's the
Okay.
idea, right?
Yeah, it would be totally different if you're playing on sand because rolling it really doesn't work. You'd have to sort of lob it to hit the ball, right?
Correct. And actually, like your grandfather, I guess, in New York and the Italians, it was right near the Long Island there,
Uh-huh.
and they played on crushed uh, oyster shells.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So, and then they would loft the ball,
Yeah.
and whereas we try to discourage lofting the ball, we
Yeah.
try to roll it so we don't dent the carpet.
Oh,
So we pretty much have it figured out where the carpet we think is the best surface.
that's great. Now, do you guys compete with other bocce ball groups?
No, we haven't done that with bocce ball groups, but we have competed with the shuffleboard group
Oh,
years ago, and they came over and they tried bocce. Then we went over and tried shuffleboard.
I love that.
But we haven't really, no, we haven't gone to other clubs.
Okay.
I might look into that and see if we can try that.
Well, it might be fun to you could host a little tournament or something, and that might just be fun for everybody. You never know. Maybe something to do for the new year. You never know.
That's a good idea. When my mother lived here, she was on the traveling shuffleboard team, and they used to go around to various senior communities and play shuffleboard. And they even had their own special jackets they wore.
Oh my gosh, I love
That's
it.
a good idea, Lisa. I think I'll check into other clubs and maybe we can
Well,
do something like that.
might be fun, might be fun. So tell me a little bit about the club itself. Now I know it's been around since 1971, but you have a fee and you have your social events. So just kind of run through some of that for me real quick.
Okay. Well, we only charge $15 a year, and this year, 2021, we're waiving that because of the COVID. So there won't be any charge this year. And for 2022, it's only $15. So that's $1 and change per month. How can you beat that? If you were to play 3 times a week, it comes out to like 10 cents a game.
Oh, that's great.
So we keep it to the minimum on that. And then, let me think.
Like when do you play? When do you play?
I was going to say at the social events, we try to keep that to a minimum.
Okay.
So for this last bingo and Asian buffet, we only charged $16.
Oh.
So that just barely covered, it covered our cost, but since we don't have to pay, we pay a little bit for the use of the clubhouse, and we don't have to pay for our help. So we just try to keep it to the minimum as much as we can.
Okay, great. Now you guys play on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sunday, right?
Yes.
And what are the times?
In these summer hours, we play in the evening. So we start at 5:30 in the evening,
Okay.
and we're usually done by 7:30, quarter to 8.
Okay.
And then when the winter starts up, which I believe is we're going to start doing that in maybe November, then we'll change the hours to, I think we start at 12:30.
Okay.
That's because it's, we change the hours for the summer because, of course, of the heat and everything.
Of course. Absolutely. Now you are doing something fun in October for your members. What's happening then?
Yes, we're going to have our club championships. And on that, people sign up at the courts. We're going to put the sheet up probably Tuesday. And we have the singles, singles for the women, and then the mixed doubles. And then on the fourth day, we'll have the winners of all those various classifications play. And then we have a plaque up there, and we put up the names of all the winners, and of course what year they won, and so on.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that's we always have a nice turnout for that. We'll probably have usually we have pizza for that, and of course we have drinks as well.
Nice. Well,
Usually
yeah, you got to have that. It sounds like a lot of fun. I'm really excited that you guys are able to get together and enjoy the outdoors because that is super key to keeping your health and livelihood, I think. And good job.
Right. And as the people are waiting to play, we have the picnic tables there, and they can sit in the shade, and they chat, and enjoy each other's company and make new friends. That's
love it.
part of our club. We were known as the friendliest club in the village for many years,
Ah,
and we kind of have a standing rule: we don't talk politics or religion.
smart.
Sports is fine, but
Yeah,
we try to keep
sports
that.
is good. All
Sports
right.
is good. Right.
Fred, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's been my pleasure, Lisa. Thanks for having me.
And we'll be right back after this. Hi, welcome back. All right, our movie for today is called An Enchanted April. And you can see that today at 2 p.m. with subtitles and 6 p.m. without subtitles. And that is brought to you by Memorial Care. Now, I wanted to let you know again that there is an Alzheimer's prevention / screening that is going on right here in Laguna Woods, well actually Laguna Hills. It's over at the Laguna Hills Mall, and it's going to be right next to the Maasai furniture store and where the Pumpkin City is. And if you want more information about that and how to participate, you call 949-569-6444. All right, let's take a look at our weather before we head out. Looking quite lovely. I mean, we are looking at clear skies already, as you can see in our shot right there. 77-57, tomorrow 68-55, 66-54, 64-52, and 66-52. Have a great day in the village. Happy Monday. You can rewatch our program at 12:35 or go to our YouTube channel, Village Television. Bye-bye.
For more than 30 years, Active Care has been providing the highest level of care to residents with Alzheimer's or other memory loss. We specialize in memory care. That's our sole focus. With 3 levels of care and an engaging activity program, Active Care enhances life for every resident every day. Our newest community, Active Care Laguna Hills, will open this fall. We're now accepting reservations. Call 949-877-8233 to learn more.
Hi, I'm John Bowser Bauman. You probably know me best as Bowser from Sha-Na-Na, but I'm also president of Social Security Works PAC. And you know, when I'm in Laguna Woods, I always watch Village Television. Grease for Peace.